friends, welcome to another YouTube video here on my channel. It is your girl Christina. I'm super excited for today's video because I am attempting my first DIY project. To be a little bit more specific, it's a DIY plaster art project. There is a little part of me that is nervous because I tend to these kinds of projects up. That's why I don't do many of them, because I can't ever complete them. I mess it up at some point and then I'm just like not motivated to do it, and then I just shove everything into a corner and forget that I even tried. But today's art project is a plaster art project. I feel like I've seen this all over the place. I've seen it at Crate & Barrel, CB2, Our House, West Elm, Anthropology. I've seen some version of this like art plaster project, and I can't find the exact piece that inspired me to initially buy it. But when I checked that price tag, it is ridiculously expensive. It's like over $1,000. I got super lucky because I found a video on TikTok of a girl who was essentially creating exactly what I was going to buy, but obviously spend significantly less. I was able to purchase everything that she used in her video. I wanted just the exact stuff because I just don't want any room for mistakes. So let me show you all of the supplies you'll need for this project. This is a plaster project. You are gonna need some plaster. I'm really happy that this is the exact one she used in the video. Depending on how big your canvas is, you may not need a 4-pound tub. You'll also need a ½ gallon of acrylic paint, but once again, that really depends on how big your canvas is. But you know, I mean, what's nice about having this much is that you could use it later for another project. And then I also got the same exact like plastering knife set. This is gonna be used to stir the plaster, the paint, water, and also just used for plastering onto the canvas. And then we have some paint sponges. These aren't the exact ones she used in her video. These actually are a bit smaller than I thought these were gonna be, but it'll still get, hopefully it'll still get the job done. I think I do have some other like dishwashing sponges, so if these don't work out, then I'll just use those, because these sponges are really just going to be used for smoothing out the plaster, but then you can dab it to create texture. Alrighty, last but not least, we have 2 blank canvases. These are from Michaels, and I'd have to say, this is the biggest canvas I have ever purchased in my entire life. And I didn't realize how expensive canvases are. For one, it was $79.99. But Michaels had a really good deal. It was buy one, get 2 free. So I essentially got both of these for 80 bucks, which is a steal compared to if I just bought the artwork. I can't guarantee that if you go to Michaels right now that they're gonna have that same deal on the canvases. So I would just do a little research, like check out Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joann's, and compare prices, because I swear they are always having sales on their canvases, some sort of a deal. So just check all 3 stores. But yeah, I initially did not want 2 large canvases. I wanted one really big one, and unfortunately it was so big it couldn't fit in my car. The first step with this project is I'm gonna take some acrylic paint and paint both of these canvases. We want 1 layer of acrylic paint to help make sure that the plaster sticks to the canvas. So let's do that first, because we also need some time for it to dry so that we can actually mix up our plaster and hopefully get this project done by tonight. Day 2. Alrighty, so I let my 2 canvases dry overnight. It really wasn't necessary because the plaster on my canvases are quite thin compared to the TikTok example I showed you guys yesterday. Hers were really giant chunks of plaster and probably needed an entire night to dry. Something has come to my attention. In the TikTok video, she doesn't use some sort of a sealant for the plaster. So I mean, it is quite possible because there are smaller specks and pieces that are kind of just hanging on here. It could fall off and just make a mess. Especially because David and I plan on putting these canvases above our bed. I mean, I do not want to wake up with plaster on my pillow, on my headboard. I don't want Banana to, you know, somehow eat it by accident. So I am going to use this here, this bottle of varnish. I normally use this for my acrylic paint projects, but I did look it up and you can use this for plaster. So I'm gonna head to the backyard and spray this down. I'm gonna wait 15 minutes for it to dry, and then we are gonna hang these beautiful pieces in our bedroom. I for once did something right. I cannot believe that I attempted this DIY project and it has turned out to be a success. I love the way this looks with the rest of the room. I know from your guys' perspective, it might look a lot of whites. I mean, it is a lot of white. Beige, neutral. The palette that I'm going for in our home is neutral chic. And so these pieces of artwork just go so well. I know it looks plain white on camera, but if you see it in person, there's just so much texture here on this side of the room. Nana, what do you think? Anywho, this room is far from being fully furnished. There's so many things that I want to do. I feel like because there's so many whites and neutrals going on in this bedroom, it would be perfect to add some greenery. I want to add some lamps to the table stands. We need some area rugs. I think a floating shelf with books here above across from our bed would be absolutely beautiful. I want to buy a new dresser. So there's a lot of things that need to be done in this master bedroom, and I will definitely be bringing you all along for the ride. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.